Hello everyone, my name is Michaela. For this assignment, I observed a dual language learner in an early childhood classroom. I did my observation at Early Chroma Academy, where I volunteered twice a week. Since I already knew the director, teachers, and the children, I could watch without interrupting the class. I picked this assignment because I wanted to see firsthand how dual language learners grow and interact in a classroom. For this assignment, I watched one child during a group activity. I noticed how she interacted with the classroom, the materials, and her teacher, along with the other kids. I also paid attention to how she used mostly English, but a little bit of her home language, mostly when I noticed that when she first came in with her parent, they spoke in their native language. I wanted to see how she stayed involved, how she communicated, and what helped her learn during the group time. Before starting this assignment, I knew that dual language learners do better when they get support in both their home language and in English. I also knew that family involvement really helps kids build their language skills. From volunteering, I've learned that things like repetition, routines, and strong teacher support helps dual language learners feel comfortable and do well. Going into this, I wanted to find out how dual language learners stay engaged during group activities and what teachers can do to help them stay focused. To get ready for this assignment, I used different course resources. One was the planned language approach, which is about being intentional when teaching dual language learners. This showed me that supporting dual language learners should be planned and consistent, not just left to chance. I also used a resource about schedules and transitions. It showed me how routines and visuals help dual language learners know what's happening during the day. Another helpful resource was language modeling. This includes using simple words, repeating them, and talking directly with the children. I also linked this to our reading, which focused on meaningful interactions and making learning fun for dual language learners. During my observation, I worked with a 4-year-old who speaks English and Japanese. When she came in, she put her things away and washed her hands by herself. Then she sat on the carpet with the class and waited for instructions. So as I observed her coming into the classroom, as I stated before, when she went to her cubby to put her things away, her parent did assist her, but they were also speaking in Japanese. And then the parent obviously switched to talk to the rest of the class in English. So I think I can say that she does get both English and her home language at home. As I continued to watch her, she showed signs that she understood the classroom routine and what was expected, which is important for being part of a structured class. During the small group time, we did a building activity with blocks. At first, she was really engaged. She talked and interacted with the other children and also tried to help with the activity. She also used gestures like pointing and showing what she built, which helped her share her ideas. This showed that she used both words and actions to take part of the activity. As the activity went on, she started working more on her own. When finishing building, she got my attention to show what she made. This showed that she was proud of her work and wanted feedback. Sometimes she got distracted and looked around the room, but the teacher would bring her attention back to the activity so she could refocus and keep participating. From this experience, I learned that dual language learners can be very engaged and active, especially when they feel comfortable in the classroom. I also saw that they use many ways to communicate, like talking, using gestures, and showing their work during engagement. When the teacher responded to her acknowledge her work, she stayed more involved in the activity. This connects directly to what we learned about language modeling and how important interaction and communication are for language development. With simple strategies like attention, repetition, and encouragement can definitely support the learning. After I was finished, I did still have some questions. I will say that overall, the classroom could do a little work on how they include dual language learners. I do see some learning activities that have other languages on there, but I do think it's mostly limited, especially to Spanish because of the area that we are in. It's excuse me, the community is mostly Spanish, so for students who have, or children rather, who have other languages, it's a little bit limited. So I wanted to know how teachers could better support dual language learners.